the hidden math that shapes your life. We like to think our choices are free and the world is intuitive. Beneath most decisions, there is a quiet layer of math that nudges behavior and shapes outcomes. You do not need formulas. You need a few ideas that explain risk, judgment, luck, growth, and why people get blindsided by events that seemed impossible until they happened. Start with compounding. It is not just about money. It is about skills, relationships, habits, and reputations. Small advantages and small mistakes both snowball. Tiny, consistent gains beat sporadic bursts. The same logic explains why small daily costs add up to large losses. Compounding has a dark side. Negative compounding happens when you expose yourself to rare, severe losses. You can feel like a genius until a single hit wipes out years. Resilience keeps slack and redundancy. It looks wasteful most days. On the day you need it, it saves the whole trip. Now think about power laws. Many results do not cluster around an average. A few videos get most views. A few customers bring most revenue. A few days create most market returns. If you expect even outcomes, you will misread reality. In a power law world, the average misleads. You win by being present when the rare big outcome appears. Create many shots on goal. Avoid going broke before your upside arrives. Uncertainty is a property of the systems we live in. There is variance in everything. Separate predictable mistakes from unpredictable shocks. For the first, invest in deliberate practice, clean data, and honest postmortems. For the second, design buffers, limits, and escape hatches. This is risk management. It keeps you in the game. Expected value asks what the average outcome would be if you repeated a decision many times. A low chance of success with a huge payoff can be great. Most people undervalue such bets because failure stings more than a quiet big win. The fix is to separate single-shot decisions from repeated games. Do not risk ruin on a single shot. Do take many small experiments with capped downside and open upside. In careers, ship small projects, test ideas, and learn in public. In investing, size your positions. In relationships, make introductions, ask good questions, and show up. Bayesian thinking helps you update beliefs. Start with a prior based on what you know. New evidence should move you a little, unless it is overwhelming. Ask what would change my mind and how strong the evidence must be. This prevents clinging to outdated beliefs. Regression to the mean explains why hot streaks cool and cold streaks warm. Performance mixes skill and luck. Luck fades. The fix is to judge processes, not just outcomes. Look for repeatable systems. Ask whether the inputs were sound, even if this result was poor. Long-term success belongs to those who endure variance without losing their method. Survivorship bias hides the full story. You see winners, not the sea of failed attempts. Lessons distort. Maybe it helped. Without the failed examples, you cannot tell. Look for base rates. How often ventures in this space succeed? What is the distribution of outcomes? This informs your risk budget and your timeline. Network effects explain why some platforms explode and others fade. The value rises as more people join, which attracts more people and intensifies the loop. In reverse, networks can collapse quickly. In your life, the network effect shows up in reputation. Each positive interaction compounds your ability to access opportunities. Do work that makes others eager to work with you. Returns jump after a threshold when your name carries trust. Optionality is the right but not the obligation to act. Options are valuable in uncertainty. They let you move when conditions are favorable and wait when they are not. Education, savings, health, and broad skills create options. You pay a small carrying cost but gain the ability to pivot when luck breaks your way. People often optimize too early and lose options that would have mattered. Sunk cost fallacy is the urge to continue because you already invested time, money, or pride. Rationally, only future costs and benefits matter. Cut early and reallocate to better opportunities. If you would not start this today, given what you know, stop or shrink it. Fat tails mean extreme outcomes are more common than the bell curve predicts. Markets, politics, and some health risks have fat tails. Rare events are not as rare as we think. Protective choices must assume the impossible happens sometimes. Hold cash, diversify, use seatbelts, backup data, build social support. You will look silly until the day you look wise. Opportunity cost is invisible but dominant. Every yes is a no to something else. Time is fixed, ranked by expected value per unit of effort. Do the few things that move the needle and let the rest go. In creative work, focus on the core idea. In personal life, choose presence over distraction. Feedback loops create momentum. Positive feedback accelerates change. Negative feedback stabilizes. You want positive loops in growth and learning, and negative loops in risk and error correction. Post a project, get feedback, improve, and post again. That is a positive loop. What set constraints like deadlines, budgets, and sleep routines? That is a negative loop. Balance helps you climb without blowing up. Calibration matches confidence to reality. Most people are overconfident. Set ranges, not points, and track how often outcomes land inside your range. If you say you are 80% confident, it should be right about 8 times out of 10. This improves hiring, investing, planning, and negotiation. Sampling bias twists perception. Your feed is not the world. Your friends are not the distribution. Seek dissenting views, different domains, and broader data. Test ideas with people outside your bubble. Read widely and travel when possible. The goal is not certainty. It is to be less wrong. Scarcity and loss aversion shape choices. People work harder to avoid losses than to get equivalent gains. You can harness this by setting defaults that make stopping feel like a loss. Defaults are quiet engineers of behavior. Path dependence means early moves constrain later choices. Your first job narrows your second. Your first viral video shapes your brand. Choose early positions that keep doors open and teach transferable skills. It is better to be known for a general capability with room to branch than for a narrow trick that traps you. Simplicity scales. Complex plans fail in the wild. Every extra moving part is a failure point. The probability of success is the product of all step reliabilities. If you need many steps at modest reliability, the total can be low. Cut steps. Raise reliability on what remains. Focus on the critical path. You will ship more and stress less. Randomness can be your friend if you control downside. Explore with small bets. Rotate formats. Try different titles and hooks. Measure what sticks. Then exploit winners with consistent delivery. This is the explore-exploit trade-off. Early on, explore more. As you learn, exploit more. Never stop exploring completely, or you risk stagnation when the environment changes. Leverage magnifies outcomes. There is financial leverage, borrowed money increases gains and losses. There is operational leverage, where fixed costs spread over more units. There is code and media leverage, where one effort reaches many people. The modern world favors code and media leverage because distribution cost is near zero. Create assets that scale. Articles, videos, courses, tools, templates. The upfront effort is higher. The payoffs compound. Skin in the game aligns incentives. People who bear the downside behave more carefully. Seek advice from those who also do the thing. Align your behavior so you benefit when customers, viewers, or colleagues benefit. This builds trust and improves your filters for opportunity. Zoom out. The math that shapes your life is not about terms. It is about patterns. Compounding favors, patience. Power laws, reward, persistence, and presence. Optionality protects you in uncertainty. Expected value guides experiments. Calibration and base rates keep you grounded. Simplicity and reliability let you execute. Leverage and networks scale impact. Skin in the game keeps you honest. If you turn this into a video open with compounding and a quick story of negative compounding, use a power law example from a platform everyone recognizes. Show how optionality and small repeated bets lead to asymmetric outcomes. Close with a short checklist. What can I do today that compounds? What risk can blow me up? What small bet has capped downside and open upside? What option can I buy with time and effort? What step can I remove to raise reliability? Once you see this lens, your decisions get better.